Yeah, we were just talking about the wildfire situation.
I'm going to take care of the forests and maintain the forests and do all that kind of stuff. He didn't do anything.
Didn't do anything. And then on top of that, they cut the water off.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, it's all funny. And then I think all our tax dollars probably went for Gavin's hair gel. I don't know, but it's like...
Yes, within the space of 48 hours, what I've seen on social media pertaining to this fire in California is concerning. Some are putting out videos with different opinions pertaining to that. The mainstream media termed that conspiracy theory. Joe Rogan and Mel Gibson blast California Governor Gavin Newsom for failing to prepare Los Angeles for the devastating wildfire. They had a conversation. They had a lot to say. It is important. I show you this. But before I do, first take a look at this clip.
The California wildfires are a celebrity cover-up. Hear me out, okay? So mid-2024, P. Diddy, one of the biggest celebrities in the world, right, gets arrested, and we all know for what by this point. And you mean to tell me now the beginning of 2025, celebrities' houses are burning down in the state of California? The rich are losing everything they own, and their houses are just burning down, gone. You know what else could be gone in those fires? Evidence. Call me crazy, but then FEMA doesn't bat an eye to run out and help California, but North Carolina, our friends in the South that got hit by a massive hurricane, people still living in tents, mothers losing their newborn babies because they're freezing to death because FEMA still hasn't helped them. But FEMA's out in California already, helping victims of the wildfires, helping the rich. I said what I said.
Hi everyone. By now you've probably already heard about the LA fire. What I want to show you is some things I found this morning that you may not have heard of. First, I want to remind you that for some time, Los Angeles has been part of the C40 Cities Initiative. This is the smart city plan for the entire world.
Yes, this is what I don't like. When something happened, people don't concentrate to look into what is going on. They immediately jump into all this. I understand people have different opinions pertaining to the whole situations. I'm someone I don't really like putting videos about conspiracy theory. I don't like to do that. Reason sometimes I will pick videos on the mainstream just to report so you can see what is going on, though we know that they don't report the truth. These people are putting out videos on social media saying, oh, smart cities, the same line stories I heard in Maui. Now, they are saying the same thing. I don't want to jump into this trend. I just want you to see the truth. Before we even go into all this analysis, Joe Rogan conversations with Mel Gibson makes a lot of sense. It is important. First, take a look at this. If you love what I'm doing here, please share the video out.
Yeah, we were just talking about the wildfire situation and how crazy it is that they spent $24 billion last year on the homeless.
Yeah.
And what did they spend on preventing these wildfires?
Zero.
Zip.
And in 2019, I think Newsom said, I'm going to take care of the forests and maintain the forests and do all that kind of stuff. He didn't do anything.
Didn't do anything. And then on top of that, they cut the water off.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, it's all funny. And then I think all our tax dollars probably went for Gavin's hair gel. I don't know, but it's like, it's sad. It's like the place is just on fire.
Well, the whole state is just so poorly managed. It's so frustrating and confusing. And then he gets on TV and pretends like everything's great. Mm-hmm. And California's the best. We have the best state. We have the most amazing economy. And you're out of your.
So I am evacuating my home. It's so hard to leave the podcast studio behind. I know that sounds insane, but I have everything. Like my son's birth certificate, but just to leave all this, podcast studio is such a big deal to me because it connected me to so many of you guys, and just to give you an idea, this is the podcast studio, and then can see. So it's pretty close, you know. I don't know what I'm gonna lose, but it's like weirdly, like you really find out what matters to you when you have to evacuate. I'm not taking the cameras. I'm just like taking little trinkets and like stuff that you guys gave me at shows, and
ruined the state. It personally ruined it.
Well, it's the same team that was up in San Francisco, and they came down to L.A., and they're doing what they did in San Francisco. And San Francisco's kind of like apocalyptic now, you know. Yeah. I went there, and it's just like people, you know, homeless. Or, you know, it's a mess.
It's just unbelievable that society can crumble that quickly.
Mm-hmm.
It really is unbelievable.
It doesn't take long.
No.
Yeah. I read a book once by Jared Diamond called Collapse. Mm-hmm. You ever read that book?
Yeah.
Crazy, right? It says all the things you need for a civilization to cave in and collapse. And a lot of the things are present. All those earmarks, the precursors of a collapse, they're present in our time. So it's an interesting observation.
Yeah, we were just...
Yes, I believe you've seen this comedian Whitney Cummings fight back tears as she has to evacuate her home, not knowing whether it will be there when she returns. A lot of people are suffering, especially these Hollywood celebrities. Theories are coming out about this whole situation. I don't want to conclude on anything. When a natural disaster like this comes out, a lot of people easily jump into tongues. This is something that could be prevented. I see a lot of people blaming, oh, this change, this is, you know, it should not be happening at this moment. They should focus, look into the whole thing. Someone on my comment section yesterday said this has been happening every year, but when you look at the situation in 2025, it is worse than what we have been seeing throughout. Looking into this Joe Rogan conversation with Mel Gibson,
to see what's happening in the Pacific Palisades in California, in Los Angeles. So many good friends who worked really hard for years and created beautiful homes for themselves and their families. It's all going up in smoke, and preventable, by the way. I mean, we have a mayor who cut the budget of the fire department in California by over $17 million. Fire is the biggest hazard in Los Angeles. Why would you cut that budget? There was no water in the fire hydrants in the Palisades. And by the way, she wasn't even in town during like fire season. A completely stupid trip to Ghana, completely unnecessary, on taxpayer funds. Maybe stop doing those trips and fund the fire department. This is what's infuriating. I don't hate California. I love California. We had 32 beautiful years there, and the people running the show just decimated the place. Homelessness with mentally ill people on the streets, crime. Our next door neighbors were burglarized there. Taxes. What are you paying all these taxes for? To see your neighborhood go up in smoke. It is so enraging that they took one of the most beautiful states, maybe the most beautiful state in the union, and just continued to destroy it. Gavin Newsom standing there with his hands in his pockets. Oh well. I just really...
Yes, Trump is now calling that Gavin Newsom should step down. He failed the people. That for a year he has called, trying to caution him about this whole situation. But instead, they put it on this sea change. I don't want to pronounce it. So they should put up a community on this video. I don't want to say the word. You should know that. That is what Gavin Newsom is blaming.
As you know, where I live is on fire right now. Literally, the entire city of the Pacific Palisades is burning. And, you know, I flew here last night. I was on the plane, started getting texts, and it's gnarly, you guys. It's just a catastrophe in Southern California. Obviously, there have been horrific fires.
Someone raised an important question to this lady. When hurricane happened, you never saw the kind of energy these people put in. Like, why now? That is a question I saw under this video. I don't know. I could not respond. I'm just reporting what I saw under the video.
You might have recall a news story from last year. There was some interest in the fire departments and the firefighters in California, and the interest was that there were too many white men.
That you're in charge of. This is you getting water to areas that need water because there are fires in 100-mile-an-hour winds burning houses to the ground. I watched on a Ring camera a guy have to sit and watch his pet burn to death. You know, those things are issues of the heart when you watch a cherished little pet, or you know, it's just you.
The situation is beyond control. I'll be updating you, giving you more information to what I'm observing on social media. I didn't want to report this, but people keep sending this to me. God bless you.
Health insurance companies to get paid for the work that he's been trained his whole life to do.
What do we do?
All right, right now you're looking.
Remember it.
As a country about